Run it back, nation! What is good? You know the drill. It's your boy DJ Eastwood, Run It Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Today we're going to talk about something that I'm pretty excited about. And that is the notion that Paul Reed and Joel Embiid can share the floor together in an NBA game. Almost forgot. Algo Gang, do your thing. Hit the like button on the video. Give me 500 likes on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on. Put something in the comments. It doesn't matter what it is. Your favorite emoji, your favorite movie, your favorite TV show. Doesn't matter. It's all for the algo. And this all started, I mean, we were saying it last year. We were talking about, you know, how Doc Rivers won't experiment at all. And, you know, maybe he should try this. But yesterday or 2 days ago on the Pat Bev pod, Nick Nurse was on there in an interview. And he said, yes, Paul Reed is going to play with Joel Embiid. And then some videos came out from the Rico Hines runs and of Paul Reed, you know, playing some pickup basketball and really showing his jump shot situation. So it's interesting. The first thing I want to say is I don't believe that Joel Embiid has yet had in his career a power forward next to him quite like Bball Paul, or with the physical tools like that Bball Paul has. Maybe words I'm looking for is like the play style of a Bball Paul. You know, I was saying trade Tobias Harris for John Collins for a couple of seasons, and it's because John Collins is just an athletic rebounder, and I've always kind of thought that Joel Embiid would benefit from having just a wild card, athletic, rebound, energy guy at the power forward position. You know what I mean? When you play this 4 out, 1 in, and Tobias Harris is your power forward, or PJ Tucker is your power forward, Joel is trying to defend the rim and rebound all by himself, all while also trying to carry the entire team on the offensive side of the floor. I think an athletic, rebounding power forward could alleviate some of that burden, could take some of that, you know, some of those intangible defensive jobs away from Joel Embiid, the rebounding and the defending the rim. I still want him to do both, but I just think he would benefit so much from a guy that just flies to the ball and is going to play with intensive energy on the defensive end and rebound. I mean, Al Horford wasn't that guy when they tried to, you know, stuff Al Horford next to Joel Embiid. I think Ben Simmons, in times where he couldn't play point guard because he just couldn't do it in the half court in important games or playoffs when the lights got the brightest, Ben Simmons would turn into this pseudo power forward standing in the dunker spot, but he didn't fit that role. Tobias Harris, we're on the 5th year of this dude's contract. He hasn't fit that role. He's not an athletic rebounding power forward. So I think Bball Paul could possibly be that for Joel Embiid. Now, a lot of people are saying Bball Paul has to be able to shoot to play the 4. And I've said that before because I think in the modern day NBA, you probably do have to shoot to play the 4. But Joel Embiid is also a floor stretching 5. And so I don't even really think the power forward has to be able to shoot the 3 consistently to play the 4. He just has to be a high-energy guy who moves well, who can get the hell out of Joel Embiid's way. Now, if Joel's trying to ISO and the 4 can't shoot the ball, then yes, his defender can help off ball a lot easier with the 4 not being a threat to shoot. So if Bball Paul is a threat to shoot, he has that athletic, rebounding, high-energy, power forward makeup that I think would possibly fit well next to Joel Embiid. And if he can shoot consistently on top of that, maybe he can be the perfect complement to a Joel Embiid. Bball Paul's jump shot is like that one girl in your phone. You know what I mean? You know who she is. You got her number. When none of the other ones answer you at 3 in the morning, that one, What I'm saying is it doesn't look the best, but it gets the job done. That is not okay. Don't get me canceled out here. Let's look at some recent Paul Reed film from a Rico Hines run. Here we go. There's just there's 3 plays here. Let's just, let's look at, and of course, it's pickup basketball. I think I see Russell Westbrook right here. I think I see Norman Powell right here. But yeah, it's pickup basketball, and these are, the situations where we got the Ben Simmons shooting videos because there's no pressure at all, and it's just fun. So you can't really say if he would do this in a game or if he could do this in an NBA game. I don't see why he couldn't at least attempt it. Anyway, here you go. So you got the dribble through the leg step back from Paul Reed. Deep 3. Now, first of all, if Paul Reed did this, if he even attempted this, actually, if he even thinking about maybe trying this, Doc Rivers would have benched him. Doc Rivers would have telepathically figured out that Paul Reed was thinking about doing something like this, and he would have benched him. But I think Nick Nurse is going to be a lot more open with young players and, experimental and let them, hey, man, go out there and try it. Yeah, if you go 0 for 5, then maybe stop shooting. But Doc never gave these dudes a chance to do that. PJ Tucker was allowed to go 0 for 500. Anyway. I like that. Now, in the same sequence, what happens on the other end? And it's blurry, yeah. I don't know what's up with my internet. Xfinity, I pay extra for the fastest internet. What the fuck is up? Anyway. I think you get a missed shot here. And guess who with the offensive board? There he is. Paul Reed. Look, bro, I compare him to Andre Drummond rebounding a lot. His hands are a magnet to the basketball. As soon as that thing comes off the rim, look at him. Great position. His eyes are locked on the ball, and his body's in the right position right away. Offensive board for Paul Reed. I mean, you might as well put it in his damn middle name at this point. Bball offensive rebound Paul. Doesn't roll off the tongue. But anyway, check this out. Oh, a little fake behind the back dunk. And yeah, it's a Rico Hines pickup game. I wouldn't expect Paul Reed to do this. If he does this in an NBA game, if Paul Reed does that in an NBA game, the city is going to be on fire. It doesn't matter if the Sixers are down 70-0. If he does that in an NBA game, the arena will go absolutely apeshit. And the last thing I want to say is, when thinking about Paul Reed possibly playing next to Joel Embiid, is that, and the fact that Nick Nurse said, yeah, definitely, is that we are definitely going to get a different lineup and multiple different lineups than we got last season and the season before. Last season was especially frustrating because I don't consider myself a basketball expert, but I don't believe there are basketball experts. I believe it's a very simple game. And myself, Romp, Greg, RB, Sean Bernard, I mean, everybody that I associate with that talks ball on here on YouTube, on podcasts, whatever, we're all like, yeah, Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker are a horrible fit together on the floor. But Doc Rivers ran that same lineup every night the entire season. He didn't care if both of those dudes went 0 for 10. He was putting them on the floor together because Tobias was experienced and has the big contract. PJ Tucker's almost 40 years old. You know, that meant he was getting all the run with Doc Rivers. So I think we're finally going to see something different, at least in the lineup. Bro, change something, please. You know what I mean? So I think we're finally going to see something different. My dude Sean Bernard right here tweeted that you might be able to consider Paul Reed in the starting lineup. I don't know about that, I think that would be a crazy experiment. But again, I'm excited for a coach that maybe wants to experiment. I just think that, yeah, if PJ Tucker's 0 for 7, if Tobias Harris is not having a good night, not having a good stretch of games, maybe 3, 4, 5 games where the lineup, isn't producing and those guys together aren't looking great, then yeah, maybe you will see something get shaken up. I think you're going to see a lot more Jaden Springer experiments. I think you're going to see a lot more Paul Reed experiments. I think you're going to see Tyrese Maxey in lots of different scoring threat situations. I think you're going to see Joel Embiid in a lot of different sets and situations than you saw last year. I'm excited for everything to look different. But give me your opinion on the Paul Reed situation. Do you think Bball Paul can play alongside Joel Embiid on an NBA floor? Let me know your opinion. And that's all I got for today. And y'all have a blessed one, man. I'm out. Peace.